Well, guys, it happened again. Just like last year, the mid-Atlantic region, especially here in western West Virginia in the Ohio Valley, is experiencing yet again another crippling and absolutely just paralyzing drought. This spring, it was raining all of the time. We had lush vegetation. Everything was just absolutely just doing great. I never had to even water the garden until I think maybe end of July, and then it stopped. We've had one day of rain where it was just enough to get the grass wet. But what I want to show you today, guys, the deer are so desperate that plants they don't normally eat have been destroyed. This first example, these are sunchokes. They were beautiful, they were tall, and they're now mowed down to the ground by the deer. This happened last night. They were a little taller than this. They've been kind of nibbled on, but not to this effect. They've absolutely just been ravished. Moving over here, these are just gladiolus. Again, beautiful this spring. Tons of different flowers. They were fantastic. But look at this, guys. I mean, here's the evidence. Obviously, the deer droppings are everywhere, where they have barely been at all in this year in the garden at all. But look at this. Not only are the plants suffering, deer don't eat these. Like, these leaves are not palatable to the deer. I mean, look at this. It basically just chomped it out of the ground, spit it back out because, well, they don't like to eat them, but they're desperate for anything. Now, this is what really happened last night, which was the actual inspiration for this video. No, I was not doing some weeding. No, I was not knocking cages over myself, but I made a video earlier. It was about Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate. It's beautiful flower. But just like this one here, that's leaning over now into the garden because it's basically on life support at this point in time. Look at this. There was 3 or 4 giant plants just covered in bees every morning. It has now been just absolutely torn apart. The leaves are kind of turning brown anyways, so the deer obviously did not eat them so much as the evidence is laying here on the ground. I think they may have stripped away some of the bark, if you can call it that, or the outer skin. Or this actually might have been a buck. Actually, I take that back. This right here might have been a combination. I think this might actually be a rub from a deer. There have been several bucks laying around the neighbor's yard. I've seen them in my yard from time to time. I'll show a picture right here. But yeah, actually, I take that back. This one here has been destroyed by deer. And you know, this cage here, I caught some raccoons earlier this year and relocated them because they were literally destroying everything. This cage was up there against the fence, and now it was in the yard, so the deer are definitely present. But yeah, I mean, I've had to water just enough to keep stuff barely alive. It's again drought. The ground, check it out, dead. Brown and crispy. It is just nasty. And whatever I water over here in the evenings, by the time I get back here the next evening, it's virtually like it never happened before. I got a couple apples in these like wicking pots, whatever. The leaves, can't really tell, but they're dried up. They're just sticks, but the wood seems to be still thriving. Maybe it'll survive. Now over here, these plants right here, eaten. These are eaten by the deer. These are dahlias. Dahlias are not edible to deer. They don't eat them at all. They spit them out. This peony bush right here, again, almost never experienced damage whatsoever, but now stripped of all these leaves. Again, these bushes over here. And for the record, everything I plant in my garden is supposedly deer proof or deer resistant because I got tired of just feeding the deer plants. So what I have growing out here does, generally speaking, have deer resistance. But when there's no food, they will stoop to different levels. Like this right here. These were Nicotiana. Okay, this is flowering tobacco. This is very poisonous to deer, as far as I know. Highly toxic and very much avoided. But as you can see on several occasions, as soon as it grows back, they're eating it. And I guess they're just that desperate. I don't know. But here we are, mid-September. The trees are already drying up and leaves are falling off. This is premature, maybe a good 3 to 4 weeks ahead of time from when they should be starting to kind of turn, change colors and fall down. But it's just been so dry. Again, I mean, the ground, this was lush green. There was a time I was cutting the grass twice a week just to stay on top of it. It was out of absolutely control, but there you go. Just brown and just keeping what I can alive in the raised beds. But here you go, all these leaves on the ground. This is what happens when it doesn't rain. Yeah, we've had like 0.6 inches of rain in the last 2 months, which we're about 7 to 8 inches behind our average at this point. So yeah, I'm glad this season I had a bumper crop of tomatoes and peppers and things like that early on, because right now what I'm keeping alive is just a couple cherry tomato plants, a couple other things. I'm trying to grow beans. I'm trying to let mature to get the seeds out of them. They're way past the prime of actually producing any kind of vegetable or edible fruit at this point. But yeah, the deer are here, they're present, they're eating things they shouldn't have, they're ripping plants out of the ground, and they're in the rut, I guess. They're actually using this kiss me over the garden gate as a little post to rub the velvet off their antlers, I suppose. Probably a combination of ripping it off, and then, I mean, I guess they could have broken it off right here, but this seems more like something they would have bitten off. So it's probably a combination. Eating it, ripping it off, who knows. But there you go. It's yet another drought, but we are somehow still surviving and keeping what little bit I can alive. And there's no rain in the sight, no rain in the forecast for at least 3, 4, 5 weeks, who knows. Hopefully we get a little pop-up thunderstorm, but highly unlikely. Honestly, at this point in this weather pattern, the only way we're actually going to get any moisture till maybe November at this point, maybe another 2 months, will be if there's a tropical storm or depression that hits the Gulf of Mexico and kind of drives up the east coast there on the western side of the Appalachian Mountains. Other than that, we're pretty much in a rain cloud, or rain shadow, I'm sorry, rain shadow, so nothing's gonna happen. It's not gonna rain. And yeah, another season in the books, another drought, but here we are. Hopefully it rains where you're at, and hopefully you're doing fine. Let me know in the comments down below. Give this video a nice big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you're experiencing drought, tell us all about it, and we'll see you then. Hopefully something will still be growing. I don't know. Bye-bye.